Good morning. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing good. I am. I am refreshed, showered, stayed the night in the hotel room. Truck was in the shop having a preventive maintenance done. It's supposed to be done a little bit later this afternoon. I'm hoping before the big storm hits. Anyway, I'm in Michigan right now. I just had a few words. As many of you know, I came from being a vegan for 7 years into the carnivore lifestyle way of eating, and it's the best decision I have ever made in my life. But more about that in another upcoming video. Today I want to talk about the concept of why carnivores are not like the vegan police that you've heard about. What I mean by that is in the vegan community, it is very common and part of the brainwashing that occurs within the vegan cult to call out people who are not following a plant based vegan lifestyle way of eating. They will tell you you're doing it wrong, especially if you leave the vegan cult. You will experience backlash, you will have friends lost, whatever. The most important thing you have to remember is your health. That is numero uno priority. And veganism is a philosophy. And this is where people lose sight of the narrative. It is a philosophy to cause the least amount of harm possible to animals and prevent animal suffering. What they fail to address are the terms as far as possible, or the least way possible for animals to be harmed unnecessarily. But the problem lies with the fact that animals are needed for proper human nutrition. It is the proper human diet, as you've heard many times. And I'm going to repeat that here time and time and time again. You cannot live by a philosophy when it comes to your food if you are depleting your body of the nutrients, the vitamins and minerals your body requires to survive and run day to day to day without problem. I guarantee if you leave veganism, you will be attacked by the self righteous, brainwashed vegan cult members that are still embroiled in that web of deception. And I call it a web of deception because they attack the most vulnerable. They go after the children and teach them that harming animals so that you can eat, live, survive, and not develop major chronic illness or autoimmune diseases is the way it needs to be. Children are developing their minds at a young age. And it is one thing when you have an adult make a decision to eat a certain way. But when you force a child to eat in a manner that is not proper for human nutrition, you are harming that child. Some people would even consider that child abuse. I'm kind of on the fence with that one. There is a possibility. You hear news stories from time to time about parents who have deprived their children of the proper nutrients their bodies require. And some of those parents do get charged with the crime, and some even go to prison for it. But today we're talking about the similarities, or I should say the non-similarities, of why carnivores are not like the vegan police. A lot of carnivores who have left the vegan cult develop the same mentality for a while. And I'll admit that I found myself falling into that trap where I'm seeing how you're supposed to do carnivore and telling people in the past that, well, no, you can't have this, you can't have that. Okay, this person may be able to tolerate this person may not be able to tolerate it. Like dairy is a really good example, or coffee. A lot of carnivores drink coffee, and some carnivores that come from the vegan cult will be quick to judge and say you can't have coffee and call yourself a true carnivore. I couldn't disagree with that statement any more than this by saying, if you want coffee, if you love coffee, have your coffee. If your body can tolerate it, if you're getting the results you want, knock yourself out. I would, however, recommend, I would not tell you, but I would recommend doing like Dr. Barry says and have one coffee experience per day. Limit your coffee. But that's up to you. If you want to drink 5 gallons of coffee, who am I to judge you? I am not a vegan cult member anymore, and I'm not a carnivore cult member. Yes, meat heals our bodies. It reboots our system, almost like a computer. And one of the things I wanted to talk about briefly, and I'll make a video in the future about this in more detail. When you switch your body from not having the proper nutrients it needs in the proper amounts, and let's be honest here, eating plant-based, you're not going to have the nutrient-dense abilities of plants. And with the anti-nutrients in them, you're going to only have a portion of what you think you're getting for your nutrients, minerals, and vitamins. What your body needs, you're not getting in the numbers you need them unless you're eating meat. You need to eat meat. When your body reboots, and it will, it is different for each person. How long it takes depends on how long you've been eating the way you used to eat. Now, for vegans, it does take a little bit longer because vegans have depleted and borrowed from their muscles and bones the nutrients that their body needed daily to survive and thrive. So when you have to replace those things, it takes longer. So be patient, it will happen. Another thing, when it comes to rebooting your system, you're running on a different fuel completely. You're no longer running on carbohydrates, you are running on ketones. Now, your brain functions better on ketones, scientific fact. Another thing that's a fact, when you pour supreme fuel into your body and you've been running on the cheap 88-cent a gallon basic unleaded fuel for so long, your body in that system reboot is going to start running like a well-oiled machine, like a high-performance sports car versus, say, a Pinto. One of the things, and I will make a video in the future about this because these are things that I've experienced myself, heart palpitations, racing heart. This happened to me. It happens to a lot of people. And what you have to understand is in this reboot process, I believe we are rebooting our health, and that includes our heart. Our heart starts running like a performance vehicle instead of just puttering by like a Pinto. You are now behind the wheel of a Ferrari. Your heart has adapted to the reboot and is now functioning and running better on ketones than it ever did with carbohydrates. We'll talk about electrolyte deficiency, or I should say electrolyte imbalance, that you may experience when you switch to this way of eating, and how it is easily adapted to and overcome. If my videos can help you in the future, that's what I want. I want to help people, especially my fellow brother and sister truck drivers. I'm an over-the-road truck driver. I do this on a daily basis. I changed my life. I got my life back. So you can lose weight tremendously by eating this way. With more benefits of carnivore, upcoming videos are on the way. But I just wanted to get this one out quickly today and just say, we are not the carnivore police. Eat the way you want. It's your life. It's your life. You're an adult. Make your decisions. But I strongly recommend, do not take the nutrients away from your children. That is the one thing I am going to be adamant about. You ultimately will have the price to pay if they do become nutrient deficient. That's on you as a parent. So research, and don't just go by what plant-based doctors say or the latest YouTube guru. Don't even go by the health organizations, because they're going off outdated data and falsified data. And we'll go into that in a future video. So right now, I just want you to all have a great day. If you like the content of this video and want to see more similar content, and believe me, there's a lot of good content coming, like, subscribe, and share to this channel. I have a goal to raise this channel up to levels where I can help my fellow brother and sister truck drivers out here. There are a lot of things I want to do for them, things that I wish I would have had available. So in supporting this channel, you're supporting truckers. If you believe in truckers, it costs you nothing to subscribe to this channel and watch these videos. Have a great day, my friends. Stay safe.